This morning, we are going to be connecting a Quadratouch Pro to a dryer that was Quadratouch Classic. So we put in the extra PLC cards. We did the changeover kit from Classic to Pro, and now we're powering it up for the first time. If we see there, we got a fail light, and but we have power. That's what we need. Our panel says, dryer not found. Well, we're going to work at that. Since that PLC has Classic software on it, it's not going to work correctly, not going to communicate correctly. Showing we don't have any software. We'll work at that. Says there's an error. We are going to go anyways. Saying it's attempting to restart the PLC. We're going to go out to the PLC and we're going to power it off and back on, because I've done this before and it will not restart on its own. We're going to count to 10. And then we're going to turn it back to computer again to restart the PLC. Okay, PLC is restarted. We no longer have the fail light on. So we might be all right. We're going to give it a whirl. Okay, it says PLC update failed, but it shows we have the update on there. We're just going to run it again because we can. This round, it should start the PLC on its own because we actually have the software in it. It took the first time, but it didn't realize it, so we're going to let it do its thing this time. The PLC should listen on the touchscreen. Okay, system has multiple faults. That's a good sign. That means we got communication. But now, since we were going from an old classic controller, it's came up with firmware update needed. Nah, you should read this here. I usually take a picture of this screen and then hit start firmware update and just let it do its thing, and that way I remember what the screen says. I've done this, I think this is the 4th time this year, so I'm not gonna go through reading everything it says on the screen. Okay, I don't know that this thing is doing what it's supposed to. We're getting no blinking lights on here yet. Okay, this is very common, but it did not do what it was supposed to do. The lights are not blinking the way they're supposed to blink. So we're going to go back here to the touch screen, and we're going to hit update, and we're going to see what it does. We're going to see if it listens on us. Even though the lights weren't blinking like it's supposed to, we will see what it does. It says the PLC successfully restarted. Okay, says we're successful. Even though the lights weren't blinking correctly, it now acts like it's working, but we're going to find out. Okay, it says rear door and discharge chute. I don't believe we have a column temperature. No, we don't. We'll get that figured out. Well, that would explain the rear door fault. Okay, now I believe we're ready to update to the 302 software. I did the 301 to start with because that was in the touch screen. So I figured we'd get the PLC and the HMI talking before we worry about having the latest software. There. And if you want to know how to go through this process, I have another video on how to update software on a Quadratouch Pro. Watch that video and that will walk you through this process. But other than that, we should be all ready to run our dryer and start drying corn.